primary beneficiary of the proceeds will go to the FYM Medical Foundation that also supports the New Era General Hospital, which maintains a biocontainment facility, also intended for COVID-19 patients.
Here are the many ways to donate and be able to help health workers and frontliners through the FYM Medical Foundation as our beneficiary. First, donate via pymy.co/EBC. Just use any Visa, MasterCard, or JCB credit, debit, or prepaid card and donate by logging on to pymy.co/EBC. Just choose an amount you wish to donate and enter your card details. Second, donate via the PayMaya app. If you have a PayMaya account, you can easily donate by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. Just log on to your app, click the scan button, point your camera to the QR code that you see on the screen, and enter the amount you wish to donate. Third, donate via PayPal. For PayPal app users, just log on to eaglenews.ph and click the PayPal Donate Now button found at the upper portion of the website. Input the amount you wish to donate, click Use this donation for Enjoy Music Beyond the Crisis, and choose between Donate with PayPal or Donate with a credit card in order to enter your additional information. Fourth, donate directly to the EBC bank account that is flashing on your screens. You can complete transactions online or directly with your banks. Fifth, donate over the counter using ebc.pay8.app. Just go to ebc.pay8.app or scan the QR code and you can now choose to donate over the counter via the app. After typing your donation details, you can choose your payment options including over-the-counter payments like Palawan Express, LBC, EasyPay, and Cebuana Luwilier. You can also pay through credit and debit cards and mobile e-wallets using the ebc.pay8.app. Wherever you are in the world, you can easily help those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, even while at home, through our beneficiary, FYM Medical Foundation. Donate now and watch out for the next performances of Enjoy Music Beyond the Crisis, EBC 52nd Anniversary Special on Net25 and on all EBC social media channels. Together, let's all do our part and stand as one against COVID-19. This is Julianne. We live in interesting times.
Nahaharap sa matinding krisis ang buong mundo dahil sa coronavirus disease o COVID-19. Pangunahing tumutugon sa pangangailangan na masugpo at mapigilan ang pagkalat nito ang mga frontliner. Sila ang mga doktor, nurse, pulis, sundalo, at mga kawani ng iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno na tumutulong sa pagsugpo nito. Sa harap ng lahat ng ito, lahat kami dito sa Eagle Broadcasting Corporation ay nagpapaabot ng mensahe ng aming marubdob at buong pusong suporta sa lahat ng frontliners na handang ibigay ang kanilang oras, panahon, at buhay para lamang masolusyonan ito.
To all our frontliners, thank you so much for your hard work, for your patience. God bless you for your sacrifice. And we're all praying for you and for your loved ones, for your safety and protection. And please stay strong. Please take good care of yourself. And to our fellow Filipinos, please stay at home. Let's pray na malagpasan din po natin lahat ito.
Sa atin pong mga frontliners, saludo po kami sa inyo. Kayo ang tunay na mga bayani ng ating bayan. Sana po, ingatan ninyo ang inyong kalusugan para naman wala nang mapinsala pa. Napakahalaga ng ginagampanan ninyo para sa ating bayan, para sa ating kapwa Pilipino. Kayo ang pangunahing katuwang ng ating gobyerno para mabantayan ang pagkalat at masupil ang pagkalat pa ng COVID-19. Hiling po namin, sana lalo kayong pagpalain, maging ang inyong pamilya para naman hindi masayang inyong mga sakripisyo. Higit sa lahat, taos-pusong pasasalamat tayong sambayang Pilipino sa inyo po na aming mga frontliners.
Maraming pong salamat sa lahat ng mga frontliners sa patuloy na pagbibigay ng serbisyo sa kapakanan ng ating pong mga kababayan sa gitna ng ating laban sa COVID-19.
Kita namin ang pagod ninyo, nakita namin ang hirap ninyo. Hindi po patutumbasan ang ginawa ninyong sakripisyo. Walang maitutumbas sa inyong naging ambag. Kaya hiling namin at dalangin na sana ay ingatan pa kayo sapagkat kailangan pa kayo ng ating bayan, lalong-lalo na sa panahong ito. Sana ay sama-sama nating mapagtagumpayan itong kumakalat at malaganap na karamdamang ito.
Saludo po kami sa inyong matapang at matapat na paninindigan.
Bilang isang frontliner, gusto ko pong ipahatid ang taus-pusong pasasalamat sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan at sa ating gobyerno sa walang sawang suporta at tulong na ibinibigay nila upang malabanan natin ang kasalukuyang health crisis na ating kinakaharap. Patuloy po tayong makiisa at makinig sa mga paalala at gabay mula sa mga health authorities upang maiwasan pa po natin ang pagkalat ng COVID-19. Sa mga kapwa ko frontliners, tatagan pa po natin ang ating loob, palakasin po natin ang ating katawan, lalo ng ating resistensya, upang makapagpatuloy na mapagsilbihan ang ating bayan. Mag-iingat po tayo lagi at dagdagan pa po natin ang mga panalangin. Maraming salamat.
To our frontliners, thank you very, very much.
Mabuhay po kayong lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Magandang umaga, Filipino. Good morning. You're watching Eagle News Morning from Edmonton, Canada. I'm Thomas Likeness reporting from our Eagle News studios in the Western Canadian province of Alberta. Again, my city is Edmonton, and I'm bringing you news and commentary from across the country. Thursday morning, one more day to go. Have you had breakfast yet? While you're finishing, let me tell you about the weather in Metro Manila this morning. Currently, it's partly cloudy, 27 degrees, but it feels like 33. Now, AccuWeather is forecasting a high of 34 today, and they tell me that's going to feel like 40 degrees. So it's going to be another hot one out there. Thunderstorms forecast throughout the day, and the air quality rated as fair. So, if you got a bit of breathing difficulty or anything, I would stay in. Try to stay cool today, okay? In the meantime, there's fresh coffee over there. Help yourself to a second cup. Sit back and let's bring you up to date with what's happening in Canada. First, we'll take a look at the weather across Canada. Our street scene today comes from Calgary. Raphael Agatic has shot this video. Thank you, Raphael. And across the country, this incidentally is a part of Calgary called Everbluff. Well, we'll start with the weather map across the country on the west coast. Victoria, mostly cloudy and 16. Vancouver, partly cloudy, 15 degrees. We cross the mountains into Alberta, and Edmonton's mostly cloudy. It's been cold here. It was rainy again today, got up to 12 degrees, but it's still pretty chilly here. It does not feel like late spring. Calgary is reporting sunshine and 13 degrees. Now we move into Saskatchewan, lots of sunshine in Regina, 16 degrees. Saskatoon, 15, but mostly cloudy. Winnipeg, mainly sunny and 22. Now we move to the Ontario and Quebec area, and they've got a heat wave there. It is hot. Toronto is mostly cloudy and 26. And I'll tell you, I bet you that 26 feels like it's in the low 30s because of the humidity there. That humidex there really gets to you. We go a little further north, a couple of hours north of Toronto to the nation's capital of Ottawa. It is sunny and 34 degrees. Montreal, 33 degrees and sunny. And these areas are all very humid, so they're really feeling it there. They're in that heat wave. In the Atlantic provinces, again, temperatures are high for this time of year. Sunny and 28 in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Halifax, Nova Scotia reporting clouds, but it is 26 degrees there. We go way north to Newfoundland, St. John's, mostly cloudy, and it's chilly there. Only got up to 7 degrees. Let's look at our weather. Some of the stories we're following today, we've got more talk about nursing home conditions in central Canada. This time the spotlight is on Quebec. What about a 4-day work week? Do you think that's feasible? Ontario's premier wants to see more people tested for COVID-19. Survey shows the pandemic has got some side effects when it comes to getting routine medical care. Hockey. Hockey, this is something Canadians are crazy about. Hockey returns this summer. We'll tell you about that. And we'll spend a bit of time in the kitchen this morning. Well, we've got another report from Canada's military on conditions in nursing homes, and this report deals with the 25 homes in Quebec where the military is providing staffing assistance. Staff shortages, a lack of supplies, these are a continuing theme. Nearly 1,700 soldiers have been deployed to homes in Ontario and Quebec since mid-April. We told you about the situation in Ontario yesterday. Today, the report is from Quebec, the military saying when they arrived at these homes, they were just chaotic. There were staff shortages. In one case, a shipment of narcotics just disappeared. Wonder how that could happen. Management had said seemed to be just unable to administrate these facilities. Quebec Premier Francois Legault says low wages have been a problem in attracting staff, and Legault says he's prepared to do something about that.
Our biggest challenge remains the staffing situation in our health network, especially in senior zone. We still need more people. In the coming days, we'll launch a campaign to recruit 10,000 people to receive orderly training. I ask every Quebecer that can to consider it very seriously. You'll be paid $21 per hour to follow the training of 3 months. And once you're trained, you'll get a full-time job at $26 per hour. That's $49,000 a year.
Now, this pandemic has turned the spotlight on how this country fails to properly care for its seniors. COVID-19 did not cause this problem. COVID-19 brought this problem to light, and they're on center stage now, the problems, the abuses that we hear about. So what's next? What's going to happen next? Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says he's always saying we've got to do better, we've got to do better, but he stops short of supporting a national inquiry into the conditions in long-term care homes.
Obviously, we need to make sure that in Canada there is a better job of supporting our seniors, particularly in long-term care centres. That's why we are there to help, and we've offered to help with the provinces. We will, of course, always respect provincial jurisdictions, but we will be part of those conversations. In the immediate, we need to make sure that help is improving, that help is getting to people who need it and to centres who need it. That's why we're there with the military and why we're looking at other ways of helping in the short term as well. But for the longer term conversations, well, those need to be had, because coming out of this pandemic and into the future, we need to make sure we're doing a better job of supporting our seniors, and the federal government is there to work with the provinces while respecting their jurisdiction.
Now, Trudeau says the issue will be discussed tomorrow night. He has his weekly conference calls with all of the provincial premiers. Clearly, this is a matter that has to be dealt with. In New Zealand, the country's prime minister there, Jacinda Ardern, is suggesting a 4-day work week, more public holidays. What do you think about that? Ardern says this would help workers have a better work-life balance, and she says it would stimulate the economy. She says that's because it would encourage more domestic tourism. You know, New Zealand's borders remain closed to foreign visitors, so the tourism industry there is relying on its own citizens. Now, is this something Canada's Prime Minister would consider?
I think there are a lot of people thinking creatively about what the post-COVID world could look like, and I look forward to hearing a wide range of suggestions. Right now, we're very much focused on getting through this particular crisis, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about particularly creative ideas on moving forward, but I'm not going to speculate on what any of them might be.
So what do you think about this idea? Is this something you'd like to see? Well, despite the pandemic, the business shutdowns, the permanent closure of some enterprises, Prime Minister Trudeau says there's work out there. He says there's 45,000 jobs available for students who are looking for summer employment, and Trudeau is also encouraging employers to take advantage of the government's wage subsidy program so that people can get back to work.
But the wage subsidy will continue to be there to support Canadians and make sure they can get paid their salaries. Maintaining the connection between employer and employee is key not just to helping people get back on their feet, but to keeping our economy strong. That's why it's so important that employers take advantage of this program and rehire workers.
Wage subsidy has been extended until the end of August. Large numbers of new cases of COVID-19 continue to be reported in Ontario. And as Eagle News correspondent Sabrina De Los Reyes reports, Premier Doug Ford wants to see more people tested.
As Ontario continues to move through its first stage of reopening the economy, with some businesses and public parks being allowed to gradually open, Premier Doug Ford is calling for more Ontarians to get themselves tested for COVID-19.
So we have to stay on guard. And the key, our best defense right now, is to ramp up testing. We've been laser focused on it. We've built up capacity in our hospitals. We've established 129 assessment centers around the province.
Just this past Sunday, Ontario reported 460 new cases of COVID-19, which is the highest single-day jump in cases since May 8. This past weekend was also a controversial one, as Toronto saw thousands of people gather at Trinity Bellwoods Park that same weekend. On Monday, 404 new cases of COVID-19 were reported in Ontario. This has caused Premier Doug Ford to appeal to more people to get themselves tested, even if they don't show any symptoms.
I'm asking the people of Ontario, if you're worried if you have COVID-19 or that you've been exposed to someone who has COVID-19, even if you're not showing symptoms, please go get a test. You will not be turned away. You don't need an appointment. Just show up to a testing center and they will test you, no matter if you're showing symptoms or you aren't showing symptoms, and bring your family along with you to get tested. If you feel you need a test, you'll be able to get a test. So please don't wait.
As the Premier announced before, the province has the capacity to do about 20,000 tests a day. However, testing levels remained low for the past week, with only about less than 10,000 tests being done per day. Premier Doug Ford vows to push for more testing to be done all across the province, and to focus more on specific hotspots.
And next week, we'll release a detailed testing strategy. We'll be targeting various sectors and hotspots across the province, and we need your help. I'm here to ask for your help today.
Deputy Premier and Minister of Health Christine Elliott notes that the increase in numbers are likely related to the events that happened a week before, particularly people gathering for the Mother's Day weekend.
Well, the increase in the number of cases that we're seeing now in the last few days really relate back to the week before with the Mother's Day events and so on, people seeing families when they should not have been more than 5 people together. But what we're going to see going into towards the end of this week will really be more based on what's happened with the opening up of the economy that started last week.
The Premier stressed the importance of getting tested right away and what to keep in mind even if someone gets a negative result.
But I want to stress, even if you receive a negative test result, it doesn't mean you're clear. You can still be exposed to this virus. So please continue to monitor your health, watch for symptoms, and get tested again if you see symptoms or you're worried about exposure. My friends, testing is one of the best defenses against the spread of this virus.
Vigilance over one's personal health, accessibility to assessment services, and an efficient healthcare system work hand in hand in making sure that the goal of flattening the curve is met and keeping as many people safe from COVID-19 as possible. In Toronto, Sabrina De Los Reyes, Eagle News, we live in interesting times.
Medical care has been harder to get in Canada since the pandemic began. More than a third of Canadians surveyed said they've had trouble getting medical appointments since the beginning of COVID-19. And that's because things like surgeries have been canceled, access to hospitals has been limited. For those trying to see their family doctor, 23% say they couldn't even get an appointment. 18% say they couldn't get in to see a specialist. Another 13% say they were unable to get a diagnostic test, such as an MRI or a CT scan. And among those affected, just over three-quarters say it has had an adverse impact on their overall health. Among low-income Canadians, nearly 1 in 10 say they've been unable to access treatment for a chronic illness, and this is nearly twice the number of Canadians overall who say the same thing. Still to come, hockey is set to return, and we'll make some time in the kitchen this morning, learning how, we'll spend some time, I should say, in the kitchen this morning, learning how to make churros. You're watching Eagle News Mornings from Canada.
Iba't iba man ang pinanggalingan, iisa lang ang pinangahawakan. Ang pangarap na makilala sa kanilang larangan. Mas titindi pa ang performances ng ating mga TNG aspirants dito lang sa pinakabago at pinakamalaking talent competition ng Philippine Television. Ito ang...
Tagisan ng Galing is presented by SMC Infrastructure, building a better world. Sanmig sugar-free white coffee, puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na Sanmig sugar-free white coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free. Vet-approved Nutrichos, the only premium dog food with active boost for optimum energy and prebiotics that help strengthen immunity. Just like Catherine Bernardo, gawing listo, ganado ang fur babies niyo. Listo ganado sa Nutrichos. Magnolia Chicken Templados, delicious, ready to cook and freshly marinated daily. Pure Foods Luncheon Meat, pure sarap for every family. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Walang duda, kids can tell na #1 ang Pure Food Standard Juicy. Ang tender, ang juicy, ang sarap. Co-presented by Cooper, expert in air conditioning and electromechanical. Also engaged in structural, electrical, fire protection, plumbing and sanitary services. Cooper, your ultimate MEPS and air conditioning solutions. Unlad Incorporated International, fight against global poverty. New San Jose Builders Incorporated. Canrib Corporation, your ventilation and air conditioning specialist. Vita Herbs Philippines Green Coffee, masarap, mabango at healthy pa. Puerto Rico Resort and Convention Center, Cabiao, Nueva Ecija. I love Puerto Rico. Participation with Rain or Shine Elastomeric Waterproofing Paint. Colorful protection for your home. Matimco. Matimco is wood. Wood is Matimco. R Square Variables Incorporated, your trusted UPS supplier and UPS maintenance provider in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. CompuZell Computer Services, ID card and lanyard manufacturer. Saisho International Trading Corporation, DN Steel, EMAC UPB Roof Corporation.
Hey, Gretchen Ho here, and I'm a white coffee lover. Creamy kasi, and very yummy. Pero mas masarap kung hindi nakaka-guilty. Check my new discovery, Sanmig Sugar-Free White Coffee. Puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na! Sanmig Sugar-Free White Coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free.
The Bulacan Bulk Water Project is a treatment facility that will provide bulk water to the 24 municipalities of Bulacan to meet the increasing water demand of its residents. Through concessionaire, SMC Infrastructure also initiated the significant improvements of the Manila North Harbor Port, the country's busiest port.
Listo at ganado ang baby ko sa vet-approved Nutrichunks with active boost and prebiotics na pampalisto. Made with real meat, with essential nutrients to help them grow healthy and happy. Listo, ganado sa Nutri-Chunks.
Ikaw lang ang star ng buhay ko. Para sa akin, perfect ka. Ibang klase ang sarap ng corned beef mo. Ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Pag Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, sarap ng corned beef, inangat pa ng real cheese cubes. Kaya perfect ang sarap. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef.
This is Eagle News Morning from Canada. I'm Thomas I. Likeness. Well, a court ruling that could have major implications on Canada's relationship with China. BC Supreme Court judge today has ruled that extradition proceedings against Meng Wanzhou can proceed. Wanzhou is the chief financial officer of that telecommunications giant Huawei. She's charged with allegedly deceiving banks into a possible violation of U.S. economic sanctions against Iran. The United States has asked that Canada send her down there for trial. She was arrested during a stopover in Vancouver in December of 2018. Now, given the politics of China these days and the unrest in Hong Kong, this ruling doesn't bode well for Canada's relationship with China. You know, there's two Canadian businessmen. They were arrested in China shortly after Meng's arrest. They remain in custody in solitary confinement. China says, though, the two cases are not related. Well, British Columbia seems to have a handle on controlling the spread of COVID-19. Eagle News correspondent Archie Rose Natividad tells us the latest numbers from the province's public health account, well, they're just plain good news.
And the latest update about COVID-19 in BC, Provincial Health Officer Dr. Bonnie Henry has announced that there were no new deaths to report for the first time in a month. In addition, there are no community and health facility outbreaks, and an outbreak at Richmond Hospital has now been declared over. As part of the daily briefing with Health Minister Adrian Dix, Dr. Bonnie Henry was pleased to share the positive news. To date, there have been over 2,500 cases of COVID-19 in BC. About 2,100 patients have recovered and 161 deaths. Despite the good news that there are no new deaths to report, 11 new cases were added to BC's active list of 258 cases. As COVID-19 continues to be present in communities, the BC Public Health Order continues to emphasize socializing at a safe distance and keeping a small circle of interaction in order to mitigate the risk of a second wave. British Columbia has moved into Phase 2 of its restart plan, which allows residents to spend more time with others. But there is a stern warning that there may be an increase in cases due to early stages of COVID-19, where people can have mild illness or be asymptomatic, where they do not even realize that they are sick. Over the past week, BC's rate of cases have continued to decline. BC's public health officials continue to see improvement in reports as public health teams have worked hard to provide support in community outbreaks and following the transmission trail through contact tracing. By quickly identifying those with positive cases, close contacts can be notified and break the chain of transmission. And to quote Dr. Bonnie Henry, "The faster we can identify and trace new cases, the better we will all be, especially as we ease restrictions." BC residents are also encouraged to be mindful and do their own contact tracing, paying attention to where they are going and who they are seeing. Since the first cases of COVID-19 in British Columbia, Health Minister Adrian Dix has consistently communicated the collective effort it takes to flatten the curve. The Health Minister announced that there will be another report on BC's modeling and projection data to be released in the coming week. The data is to show British Columbians what the public health officials have been studying and where they have come from in the last 18 weeks since the coronavirus hit the westernmost province of Canada. The report the health minister hopes to see is a decline in hospitalizations, a decline of cases in critical care, and ultimately a decline in active cases. Information will be made available through the BC Centre of Disease Control website, including the statistics of BC's data in COVID-19 cases. We will keep you updated with the continuing progress here in British Columbia. This is Archie Rose Natividad Yi reporting from Vancouver, Canada. We live in interesting times.
Well, here's something that has put a smile on the faces of a lot of Canadians. Hockey is coming back. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman says the regular season is over. It had been suspended back on March the 12th. So what's going to happen now is the league is going to advance directly to the playoffs. It'll feature 24 teams. Now, it's still going to be a while before we see anybody on the ice. Bettman's talking about mid-July, late July for training camps, and then the playoffs, and the playoffs could end in September. The logistics, though, are going to be complicated. The games are going to be played without spectators. Only 2 venues, only 2 hub cities. Now, 3 Canadian cities are being considered as venues: Edmonton, Toronto, and Vancouver. 7 American cities are also being considered. Alberta Premier Jason Kenney has written the Prime Minister asking that players and league staff be exempted from travel restrictions. Now, I don't have time right now to fit this into the program, but I'll have more on that story on Eagle News International in a couple of hours. There's also a story up on our website about that. Check it out at eaglenews.net. We've got to make way now to get into the kitchen. We've got EBC's Rachel Luces showing us how to make churros.
Hello everyone, I hope you're staying safe and healthy. Today we're going to be making a quick and easy recipe that you can make for your kids and for yourself. We are going to be making churros with quick and easy ingredients that you can find at home. Let's get started.
You're going to need half a cup of water, half a cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/4 cup of butter, 1 cup all-purpose flour, 2 cold eggs, half a cup of sugar mixed with 1 tablespoon of cinnamon powder. You're also going to need a piping bag and a star tip or any piping tip. And for your dip, you're going to need 2 chocolate bars and 3 tablespoons of milk. For the first step, you're going to add the water, milk, sugar, and butter into the pot. And then we're going to wait for it to simmer to dissolve the sugar granules. Once it simmers, take off the heat, remove the pot from the stove, and add your flour. Once you add your flour, you are going to mix it until it incorporates. It should form a ball-shaped dough, and you'll know it's done when it forms a thin film on the pot. And now we transfer it to a mixing bowl and wait for it to cool down. Once it cools down, you can now add the eggs, 1 at a time, mixing it until it fully incorporates. Here's a tip. If your dough comes out stiff like mine, you can add 1 more egg until it is no longer stiff. Here's the final consistency that we are looking for. The next step is putting the churro dough in a piping bag. Another tip for you to avoid mess, you can also use a tall drinking glass to hold it in place. And now we're ready to fry it. And now we're going to wait for it to turn golden brown. Once it turns golden brown, remove it from the heat and repeat the process, making sure you do not overcrowd the pot. Here's the fun part. coating it with cinnamon sugar mixture. Here's the finished product.
In Calgary, Canada, Rachel Lucy's Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
And I'm hungry again, and I made pancakes this morning, you know, and homemade, not from one of those mixes either. Love to cook from time to time. Tune in to EBC for great programming throughout the day, programming that's informative and entertaining. You know, if you're a hip-hop or R&B enthusiast, you'll love The Vocal Chamber. It's an E25 Records original series. Independent artists, hosts discussing the world of hip-hop, R&B, and pop. The program features independent music artists from all over the world. They'll share wholesome music in its purest form. The Vocal Chamber. Find it on Facebook or YouTube. Well, that's our program for today. On behalf of our Canadian news team, I wish you all good health. Take care of others. Take care of yourselves. Stay home, stay safe, and stay tuned to Eagle News for accurate and balanced coverage of the COVID-19 pandemic and other current affairs. In Edmonton, Canada, Thomas I. Likeness, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Stay tuned for Aguila Pelita, hosted by Maricar Velasco.
Thank you, Tom. Have a safe weekend.
Good morning, and you too.
Na ang mga pangunahing balita sa loob at labas ng bansa. Tinagid at kinalap ng Aguila News Team. Aguila Balita.
Narito ang mga maiinit na balita. Ngayon ay Huwebes, Mayo 28, 2020 sa ulo ng mga balita. COVID-19 cases sa bansa lumampas na sa 15,000. Bilang naman ng recoveries, pumalo na sa 3,506. Metro Manila mayors tutol pa rin sa pagbabalik operasyon ng mga bus at jeep kapag inilagay na sa GCQ ang National Capital Region. Meralco tiniyak na maibabalik sa mga consumers ang sobrang singil sa bill ng kanilang kuryente ngayong buwan ng Mayo. At sa ating balitang abroad, India tinamaan ng heatwave. 50 degrees Celsius na temperatura na itala sa iba't ibang lugar. Ako ang inyong magiging tagapaghatid balita. Ako po si Maricar Velasco. Sa detalye ng mga balita, umakyat na sa 15,049 ang bilang ng naitalang kaso ng COVID-19 sa bansa. Ito ay matapos makapagtala ang Department of Health ng record high na 380 na bagong kaso ng COVID-19 infections sa nakalipas na 24 oras. May naitala namang 94 na bilang ng mga pasyente na gumaling mula sa sakit. Dahil dito umabot na ngayon sa 3,506 ang bilang ng mga COVID patients na naka-recover mula sa sakit. May naitala namang 18 na nasawi dahil sa COVID-19. Kaugnay nito, umakyat na ngayon sa 904 ang bilang ng namatay sa bansa dahil sa COVID-19. Inatasan ni Health Secretary Francisco Duque III ang mga COVID-19 testing laboratories na magdoble kayod para sa mabilis na paglalabas ng resulta sa mga pasyenteng nasuri na sa COVID-19. Ito ay matapos bumaba ang testing capacity ng bansa sa COVID-19. May report si Madeline Villar Moratillo.
Doble kayod na ngayon ang mga COVID-19 testing laboratory sa bansa upang mas mapabilis ang paglalabas ng resulta ng mga pagsusuri sa pasyenteng pinaghinalaang may COVID-19. Sa kapiyan sa Manila Bay News Forum, sinabi ni Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere na inatasan na ni Health Secretary Francisco Duque III ang mga nasabing laboratorio na mag-operate sa loob ng isang buong linggo. Kasunod ito ng pagbaba ng testing capacity ng bansa na ngayon ay naglalaroan niya sa 8,500 hanggang 9,500 na lamang. Malayo ito sa estimated maximum capacity ng mahigit 40 COVID-19 licensed laboratory sa bansa na nasa 32,000.
Operate kapag linggo. At nagkaroon na ho ng instruction si Secretary Duque kagabi na lahat po ng laboratorio ay hindi na maari pang magkaroon ng 1 day off para sa kanilang operations. Lahat po ng laboratories has to operate. If they need to contaminate, they do it in their break times or during lull times in their processing. So ito po yung mga nakita. Yes, ma'am. Extending hours of operations and reaching a target. So, nagbigay na ho tayo ng target sa bawat laboratorio para po nakikita ho natin yung progress nila at nakakapag-commit sila na talagang i-ramp up natin itong capacity natin.
Paliwanag ni Berhere, ilan sa nakaapekto sa pagbagal ng testing ay ang issue sa supply ng ilang sangkap na kailangan sa pagproseso ng test at pagkasira ng exosystem ng UP National Institute of Health na naging dahilan para tumigil muna sila sa operasyon. Maging ang katatapos na bagyo, nakaapekto rin aniya sa COVID laboratory sa Bicol.
We had a meeting with all of our laboratories yesterday because we were seeing a downward trend. And one of the main issues, again, would be the supply. Some of our laboratories lack supplies for these past days na kailangan namin i-source out para mabigyan natin sila. Pangalawa, nung nasira po last Friday yung exhaust system ng UPNIH, tumigil din po sila mag-test nito. Yun pong ating Bicol, nakabalik lang ho sa ating operasyon ngayon lang pong Lunes. At pagkatapos po, meron ho tayong mga 8 private laboratories na hindi nag-ooperate.
Samantala, nilinaw naman ni Berhere na ang biglang pagtaas ng naitalang kaso nitong nakaraang araw na umabot sa 350 na bagong COVID cases ay artificial lamang.
Na ito po ay bugso ng mga test na naisagawa natin sa OFWs na pumapasok na ngayon sa ating data systems. Kaya po, i-expect natin in the coming days papasok po yung mga nag-positive na OFWs na na-test natin, kaya medyo tataas po ang ating mga kaso.
Hindi naman matiyak ng opisyal kung hanggang kailan ang artificial na pagtaas na ito dahil patuloy pa ani ang paglilinis sa kanilang mga datos. Tiniyak rin ni Berhere na hindi ito makaapekto sa pag-flatten ng curve. Para sa Eagle News, Madeline Villar Moratillo, we live in interesting times.
Tumaas pa ang bilang ng mga preso mula sa New Bilibid Prison at Women's Correctional na nagpositibo sa COVID-19. Sa tala ng Bureau of Corrections, umakyat na ito sa 161. May report si Moira Encina.
Umabot na sa 100 at 61 bilanggo mula sa mga jail facilities ng Bureau of Corrections ang nagpositibo sa COVID-19. Batay sa tala ng Bucor, pinakamarami sa kumpirmadong kaso ay mga preso mula sa New Bilibid Prisons na 82, habang ang 79 ay mula sa Correctional Institution for Women. 6 sa mga bilanggong COVID patient ang namatay, habang 8 ang gumaling na. Kabuang 33 Bucor personnel naman ang nagpositibo sa COVID, kung saan 26 ay tauhan mula sa Bilibid, 2 ay mula sa Bucor Headquarters, at ang 5 ay mula sa Women's Correctional. Wala namang kumpirmadong kaso ng virus sa San Ramon Prison and Penal Farm sa Zamboanga, pero may 19 na PDLs na suspect cases. Wala rin naiulat na kaso ng COVID sa 4 na iba pang penal farms and colonies na nasa ilalim ng Bucor. Samantala, isinailalim kamakailan sa rapid testing ang 200 matatandang PDLs sa maximum security compound ng Bilibid. Sinabi ng Bucor na makatutulong sa pamunuan ng NBP ang rapid testing para ma-assess ang COVID-19 situation sa loob ng kulungan at maisayos pa nila ang response pa nila sa pandemya. Ined naman ng DOJ na nakatap ng dumating ngayong linggo sa Bucor ay kalawang batch ng 1,500 na rapid test kits na gagamitin para sa mga PDLs. Mas marami pang test kits ang inaasang darating sa mga susunod na linggo para sa nagpapatuloy na testing sa mga bilanggo. Para sa Eagle News, Moira Encina, we live in interesting times.
Mahigit 600 empleyado ng Korte Suprema ang sumailalim sa unang araw ng rapid antibody testing para sa mga kawani ng kataas-taasang hukuman. Ayon kay Supreme Court spokesperson Attorney Brian Keith Hosaka, kabuuang 647 na tauhan ng Korte Suprema ang sumailalim sa COVID-19 test. Ang mga nasabing empleyado ay ang mga staff na required na pisikal na pumasok ngayong lockdown. Sa ngayon ay wala pang tugon ng Supreme Court Public Information Office sa resulta ng unang araw ng rapid testing sa mga kawani at ang protocol para sa mga nagpopositibo sa antibody test. Una nang nakipag-ugnayan ng Supreme Court sa pamahalaang lungsod ng Maynila at DOH para sa isinasagawang testing. Tuloy-tuloy ang rapid test hanggang sa makabalik na sa full operations ang Supreme Court. Metro Manila mayors tutol sa pagbabalik operasyon ng mga bus at jeep kapag inilagay na sa GCQ ang National Capital Region. May report si Vic Sumintak.
Hinihintay ng Metro Manila Council ang magiging desisyon ng Interagency Task Force o IATF hinggil sa rekomendasyong ilagay na sa General Community Quarantine o GCQ ang National Capital Region sa June 1 mula sa Modified Enhanced Community Quarantine o MECQ. Sa laging handa public briefing, sinabi ni MMDA General Manager Jojo Garcia na maliban sa nagkakaisa ang 17 Metro Manila mayors na mapasailalim na sa GCQ ang NCR, na pag-usapan din ang issue tungkol sa pampublikong transportasyon. Ayon kay Garcia, nagkasundo ang mga Metro mayors na huwag munang ibalik ang operasyon ng mga bus at jeepney. Inihayag ni Garcia, nais ng mga Metro mayors na gamiting mode of transportation sa NCR ang TNVS, taxi, point-to-point buses, tricycle at shuttle service dahil mas madaling kontrolin umano ang pagsakay at pagbaba ng mga pasahero. Niliwanag ni Garcia na mas lalong maging maingat ang lahat kapag nasa GCQ na ang NCR dahil nananatiling problema ang COVID-19 hanggat walang natutuklasang gamot o bakuna.
Pagdating po sa PUVs, public transport, wag na lang po muna sana yung buses natin at jeepneys kasi mahirap po i-control dito yung physical distancing. Alam naman po natin ang jeep natin at bus, stop and go yan, sasakay, magbababa. So medyo mahirap po i-monitor hanggat hindi pa po natin nadidisiplina yung ating mga kababayan sa tamang pagsakay at pagbaba po. Sa mga bus stops, magkakaroon po ng markers yan para at least 1 meter apart sila. Pero yung pong ating mga PNVS, taxi, tricycle, yan po okay lang po yan kasi kaya natin i-monitor agad kung ilan ang laman yan. Yung mga shuttle service, yung mga P2P po, madali din pong i-monitor yan. Kasi kung ang P2P po, kung saan yung start ng sakay nila, kaya natin i-monitor yan, hindi sila pwede magbaba pagsakay along the way. Ngayon po, nagkaroon din po ng pag-uusap tungkol sa coding. Alam naman po natin, dadami na naman yung ating mga sasakyan. So, pwede natin ibalik ang coding, pero may incentive po. Kasi imbis na hindi mo magagamit ang iyong sasakyan during your coding day, papayagan na po natin to basta at least 2 po ang sakay. Ang ating pong idea rito is para ma-maximize natin ang labas lahat ng mga sasakyan at matulungan din natin.
Para sa Eagle News, Vic Somintak, we live in interesting times.
Hindi aalisin ng Joint Task Force COVID Shield ang mga quarantine checkpoint kahit pa ilagay na sa General Community Quarantine ang Metro Manila at ibang lugar sa bansa. Nilinaw din ng PNP na magtutuloy-tuloy ang minimum safety protocols at curfew sa ilalim ng GCQ. Ang detalye sa report ni Mar Gabriel.
Hindi aalisin ng Joint Task Force COVID Shield ang mga quarantine checkpoint kahit pa ilagay na sa General Community Quarantine ang Metro Manila at iba pang lugar sa bansa. Ayon kay JTF COVID Shield Commander, Police Lieutenant General Guillermo Ilazar, mas lalong dapat na maging aktibo ang mga checkpoint dahil sa inaasahang pagdagsa ng mga tao sa labas. Nasa diskresyon naman daw ng mga chief of police kung ililipat ang checkpoint o magpapatupad na lang ng random checkpoint sa matataong lugar at mga pangunahing kalsada. Hihingin din daw nila ang tulong ng PNP Highway Patrol Group para sa pagsasagawa ng mobile checkpoint at ng offline habol. Masihigpitan din umano ng JTF COVID Shield ang pag-iinspeksyon sa mga establishmento para masiguro na sumusunod sila sa minimum health protocols na ipinatutupad ng DOH. Pangunahin na rito ang pagpapatupad ng physical distancing at pag-obliga sa pagsusuot ng face mask. Magpapatuloy din aniya ang pagpapatupad ng curfew kahit na nasa ilalim na ng GCQ ang Metro Manila, lalo na sa mga hindi galing sa trabaho. Para sa Eagle News, Mar Gabriel, we live in interesting times.
Maaari nang tumawag ang publiko sa helpline 16677 ng PNP para sa anumang katanungan o issue na may kinalaman sa Enhanced Community Quarantine at General Community Quarantine o yung tinatawag na New Normal. Ayon kay PNP Chief Police General Archie Francisco Gamboa, inilunsad nila ang helpline 16677 sa pakikipagtulungan ng PLDT para magkaroon ng quick response mechanism sa mga reklamo o katanungan ng mga apektado ng ECQ at GCQ. Sinabi ni PNP spokesperson Police Brigadier General Bernard Banak na ang PNP Directorate for Operations PNP Command Center ang magsisilbing communication hub para sa lahat ng ECQ and GCQ concerns. Tiniyak naman ni General Gamboa na available 24/7 ang PNP Helpline 16677 para magbigay ng assistance sa publiko. Tiniyak ng Meralco sa House Committee on Energy ng Kamara na maibabalik sa mga consumers ang sobrang singil sa bill ng kanilang kuryente ngayong buwan ng Mayo. Ito ay matapos ulanin ang Meralco ng reklamo dahil sa biglaang taas ng electricity rate bills ng mga consumers. Sa virtual briefing ng committee, na-question ni bagong henerasyon Party List Representative Bernadette Herrera ang Meralco kung may kasiguraduhan na makukuha ng mga consumers ng buo ang sobra sa singil ng Meralco. Ayon kay Vice President and Meralco Corporate Business Group Head Victor Henwino, ang mga makakapagbayad ng kanilang Meralco bills para sa Mayo ay maaaring ma-refund ng buo ang sobra sa singil sa alinmang Meralco Business Center. Bukod dito, pwede ring ma-credit ang bawas sa singil sa kuryente sa susunod na billing cycle sa buwan ng Hunyo. Payo naman ng Meralco sa mga hindi pa bayad sa kanilang bills ngayong Mayo at nagugulat pa rin sa bayarin, maaari namang hintayin ng mga consumers ang susunod na electricity bill at dito ay makikita na ang actual rate at actual electric consumption. Aminado ang Meralco na hindi pa lahat ay nabasa na ang metro ng kuryente. Para sa buwan ng Mayo ay nasa 65% pa lamang ang nagawa nila ng meter reading. Ikinatwiran pa ng Meralco na ang bill shock ay dahil posibleng naipon ang meter reading sa Marso at Abril na naisama sa bills nila ngayong buwan. Imposible na rin aniyang balikan pa ang meter reading sa nakalipas na buwan kung saan nasa ilalim ng enhanced community quarantine ng NCR. Susunod, pagbuo ng economic stimulus strategy sa Philippines isinusulong ni Senator Soto. Ang detalye na yan sa pagbabalik ng Agila Balita sa umaga.
Agila Balita.
Iba't iba man ang pinanggalingan, iisa lang ang pinangahawakan. Ang pangarap na makilala sa kanilang larangan. Mas titindi pa ang performances ng ating mga TNG aspirants dito lang sa pinakabago at pinakamalaking talent competition ng Philippine Television. Ito ang...
Tagisan ng Galing is presented by SMC Infrastructure, building a better world. Sandig sugar-free white coffee, puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na Sandig sugar-free white coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free. Vet-approved Nutrichops, the only premium dog food with active boost for optimum energy and prebiotics that help strengthen immunity. Just like Catherine Bernardo, gawing listo ganado ang fur babies niyo. Listo ganado sa Nutrichops. Magnolia Chicken Templados, delicious, ready to cook and freshly marinated daily. Pure Foods Lunch and Meat, pure sarap for every family. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Walang duda, kids can tell na #1 ang Pure Foods Tender Juicy. Ang tender, ang juicy, ang sarap. Co-presented by Kubert, expert in air conditioning and electromechanical. Also engaged in structural, electrical, fire protection, plumbing and sanitary services. Cooper, your ultimate MEPS and air conditioning solutions. Unlad Incorporated International, fight against global poverty. New San Jose Builders Incorporated. Canrib Corporation, your ventilation and air conditioning specialist. Vita Herbs Philippines Green Coffee, masarap, mabango at healthy pa. Puerto Rico Resort and Convention Center, Cabiao, Nueva Ecija. I love Puerto Rico. Participation with Rain or Shine Elastomeric Waterproofing Paint. Colorful protection for your home. Matimco. Matimco is wood. Wood is Matimco. Our Square Variables Incorporated, your trusted UPS supplier and UPS maintenance provider in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. CompuZell Computer Services, ID card and lanyard manufacturer. Saisho International Trading Corporation, DN Steel, EMAC UPB Roof Corporation.
Hey, Gretchen Ho here, and I'm a white coffee lover. Creamy kasi, and very yummy. Pero mas masarap kung hindi nakaka-guilty. Check my new discovery, Sandwich Sugar-Free White Coffee. Puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na! Sandwich Sugar-Free White Coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free.
The successful development of TPLEX, or Tarlac-Pangasinan-La Union Expressway in 2009, a 4-lane toll road that extends from Tarlac City to Rosario, La Union, with an additional approved extension of 56 kilometers all the way to San Juan, La Union. This is expected to reduce travel time to Baguio and other provinces in northern Luzon. Realizing the vision of creating a better world for Filipinos fueled the team's focus.
Listo at ganado ang baby ko sa vet-approved Nutri-Chunks with active boost and prebiotics na pampalisto. Made with real meat, with essential nutrients to help them grow healthy and happy. Listo, ganado sa Nutri-Chunks.
Ikaw lang ang star ng buhay ko. Para sa akin, perfect ka. Ibang klase ang sarap ng corned beef mo. Ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Pag Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, sarap ng corned beef, inangat pa ng real cheese cubes. Kaya perfect ang sarap. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef.
Isinusulong ni Senate President Visonto Soto ang pagbuo ng economic stimulus strategy para mabawasan ang negatibong impact sa ekonomiya ng COVID pandemic. Sa Senate Bill 1542, aatasan ng Land Bank at Development Bank of the Philippines na magpautang ng walang interes sa mga maliliit na negosyo o micro, small, and medium enterprises. Ipinapa-waive naman ng mga registration fees at iba pang bayarin sa MSMEs para mabilis na maibangon ang kanilang negosyo. Sa panukala, inatasan ng Department of Tourism at sub-agencies nito na tulungan ang mga negosyo na may kaugnayan sa turismo na apektado rin ng health crisis. Nais rin ni Soto na mabigyan ng temporary job ang mga nawalan ng trabaho matapos magsara ang kanilang mga pinagtatrabahuhang kumpanya. Sa tansya ni Soto, aabot sa 548 billion pesos ang kakailanganing pondo para dito na maaaring kunin sa pamamagitan ng loans sa mga international financial institutions. Ngayong araw, makikipagpulong si Soto sa mga economic managers ng Pangulo para talakayin ang issue. Iginiit ng senador na kailangan na itong maisabatas para maiwasan ang total collapse ng ekonomiya ng bansa. Samantala, kinumpara ni Soto na bago mag-adjourn ang Senado sa susunod na linggo, maaaring palawigin ang bisa ng Bayanihan Law na nakataktang mag-expire sa June 24. Ayon kay Senator Soto, sa pamamagitan ng pagpapalawig, matutugunan ng gobyerno ang mga pangangailangan para labanan ang COVID pandemic. Samantala, inirekomenda na rin ng Department of Health na dapat manatiling suspendido ang face-to-face classes hanggat wala pang bakuna laban sa COVID-19. Ayon sa DOH, mahirap ipatupad ang physical distancing sa mga paaralan. May report si Madeline Villar Moratillo.
Sa gitna ng anunsyo ni Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque na tuloy ang enrollment sa Hunyo para sa pasukan, iginiit ngayon ng Department of Health ang kanilang rekomendasyon na dapat ay manatiling suspendido ang face-to-face classes hanggat wala pang bakuna laban sa COVID-19. Paliwanag ni Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere, mahirap ipatupad ang minimum health standards kagaya ng physical distancing sa mga face-to-face class na set-up.
Ang posisyon nito na dapat na manatiling suspendido ang face-to-face classes hanggang wala pang bakuna laban sa COVID-19. Sanhi ng kawalan pa ng bakuna laban sa sakit na ito at dahil alam po natin ang kahirapan ng pagpapanatili ng minimum health standards sa pagsasagawa ng klase, mas masisiguro ang kalusugan ng bawat mag-aaral kung sila ay mananatili sa bahay habang ang mga guro naman ay tumutuklas ng flexible alternative learning methods.
Maging sa loob mismo aniya ng mga school campus ay wala ring katiyakang maipapatupad ang physical distancing sa mga estudyante. Bagamat naunawaan anya nila na malaking hamon ito sa karamihan ng mga Filipino, lalo na at hindi naman lahat ay merong access sa internet connection, binigyan diin ng DOH ang pagbibigay ng prioridad sa kaligtasan ng mga estudyante.
Naiintindihan namin na malaking hamon ito sa karamihan ng mga Filipinos pagkat di lahat ay mayroong internet connection. Ngunit dapat natin maging priority ang kaligtasan ng ating mga anak bago ang kanilang edukasyon. Hanggang sa magkaroon na tayo ng garansya na magkakaroon na sila ng proteksyon laban sa virus.
Si Pangulong Duterte una nang nagsabi na kung siya lang, ayaw niya munang magsimula ang klase hanggat wala pang bakuna sa COVID-19. Kaugnay nito, tiniyak naman ng Department of Education na pinaghahandaan nilang mabuti ang tinatawag na new normal. Sinabi ni DepEd Undersecretary Diosdado San Antonio na naghahanap sila ng paraan upang masiguro ang kaligtasan ng mga estudyante nang hindi naman masasakripisyo ang kanilang pag-aaral. Ilang sa mode of learning na inilatag ng DepEd ay ang distance learning na maaaring gawin online o sa pamamagitan ng mga modules. Ang modular distance learning ay maaarian niyang gawin para sa mga walang access sa internet, lalo at aminado itong maraming pamilyang Filipino ang walang access sa internet.
Kasi pwede rin pong modular, yung pong gagamit ng printed modules. Pwede rin pong digital modules na hindi galing sa internet, kundi nandyan sa gadget na. Kung walang internet sa bahay pero may computer, pwede rin pong mag-download ng mga gagamitin sa pag-aaral. Mas marami talaga sa mga Pilipino ang walang internet, although may mga marami-rami na rin, mga kalaha, 1/4 yata or less than 1/4 ng mga families natin. So yung hindi po talaga, ang inihahanda natin para sa mas maraming mga estudyante ay yung pong inilimbag na mga self-learning modules, printed. At ang mga ino-consider po natin dito pag-distribute kasi ayaw nga nating lumabas yung mga bata sa mga bahay nila. So magpapatulong po tayo sa ating mga local government officials, sa mga barangay, at katulong na rin po siguro yung mga PTA at yung mga fellow teachers natin na masyadong mataas yung commitment na sila na po ang gagawa ng, at alam ko po, may mga lugar na nakikita ko sa mga post, mga report sa amin, kahit yung mga sangguniang kabataan natin, they're willing to help us deliver the printed self-learning modules na gagamitin po nila sa kanilang mga bahay.
Sa distance learning aniya papasok ang malaking papel na gagampanan ng mga magulang sa pag-aaral ng kanilang mga anak. Kaya naman ang DepEd nakahanda rin anyang gabayan ang mga magulang para masiguro na matuturuan ng tama ang mga estudyante kahit nasa bahay lang sila.
May mga pagbabago. So may pagbabago rin po sa papel ng magulang pag ang pinag-uusapan natin ay ang pagkakatuto ng kanilang mga anak. Kailangan din po maging aktibo sila sa mga gagawin ng mga anak nila habang nag-aaral sa bahay. At ang isa pong sisiguruhin ng DepEd, magbibigay po tayo ng pagsasanay para alam naman nila kahit paano kung paano magbigay ng angkop na tulong habang nag-aaral ang bata. At pag home-based learning po siya sa distance or remote learning ay occasionally yung mga kasamang guro natin ay pwede ring puntahan yung mga estudyante na alam niya kailangan ang suporta niya. At sabi ko nga po kanina, mas mainam at mas madali at convenient kung may access sa online kasi pwedeng mag-usap si teacher at yung estudyante, kasama na rin ang magulang, through a teleconference. Pero since nga po hindi naman ito available sa maraming tahanan, ay yun na yun, gagamitin natin ang printed self-learning.
Kasama pa sa pinag-aaralan na rin ng DepEd ay ang blended learning o yung pinagsamang face-to-face class at distance learning. At isa pa ay ang homeschooling para sa mga estudyante. Para sa Eagle News, Madeline Villar-Moratillo, we live in interesting times.
Mga pangyayari sa labas ng bansa. Balitang Abroad.
Bukod sa coronavirus pandemic, problema na rin ngayon ng India ang pagtama ng heatwave sa kanilang bansa. Umabot sa 50 degrees Celsius ang temperatura na naitala sa Indian capital at maging sa iba pang lugar. Ayon sa mga awtoridad, inaasahang mararanasan ang sobrang init ng panahon sa northern India hanggang sa mga susunod pang mga araw. Batay sa Meteorological Department ng India na itala sa Churros sa northern state ng Rajasthan ang pinakamainit na temperatura na 50 degrees Celsius. Ang iba pang lugar kagaya ng Punjab, Haryana at Uttar Pradesh ay pumalo naman sa mahigit 40 degrees ang temperatura. Ilang bahagi naman ng New Delhi ang nakapagtala ng 47.6 degrees Celsius na temperatura. At yan ang naging kabuuan ng ating maiinit na balita. Sa pangalan ng ating mga kaagapay sa Eagle News Service, ako po si Meralco Velasco and we live in interesting times. Susunod na ang programang Saganang Mamamayan kasama sina Congressman Dante Marcoleta at Jenso Borjaga.
Sumainyo ang mga balitang kinarap, maingat na isinulat at inihanay ng Eagle News Service.